Welcome to History and Sleep, the channel where we explore pivotal moments in history in a calming and reflective manner, helping you unwind and drift into peaceful slumber. Tonight we'll delve into the events leading up to the Battle of Omaha Beach, part of the historic D-Day invasion, and how this extraordinary battle unfolded. Before we begin, I'd like to invite you to comment below and share where you're listening from and what time it is. It's wonderful to connect through these shared stories of the past. If you enjoy these thoughtful journeys through history, please subscribe to History and Sleep, so we can continue to bring you these reflective narratives. Now, take a deep breath, find a comfortable position, and let your mind travel back to the 1940s, to the tension-filled moments leading up to one of the most significant battles in modern history, the Allied assault on Omaha Beach during World War II. The story of Omaha Beach begins with the broader context of World War II, a conflict that had engulfed the globe by the early 1940s. After the fall of France to Nazi Germany in 1940, much of Western Europe lay under German occupation. Britain stood alone as the last bastion of resistance in Western Europe, facing the might of the German Luftwaffe in the Battle of Britain and enduring relentless bombing during the Blitz. Despite these challenges, Britain, under the leadership of Winston Churchill, refused to capitulate. Across the Atlantic, the United States had initially maintained a policy of neutrality, focusing on domestic recovery from the Great Depression. However, the attack on Pearl Harbor in December 1941 brought the United States into the war, joining the Allies in their struggle against the Axis powers. The United States, with its vast industrial capacity and manpower, became a crucial partner in the fight to liberate Europe. By 1942, the Allies faced the daunting task of planning a full-scale invasion of Nazi-occupied Europe. This effort, known as Operation Overlord, aimed to establish a foothold in France, opening a western front to relieve pressure on the Soviet Union, which was bearing the brunt of the fighting on the Eastern Front. The operation would require meticulous planning, vast resources, and extraordinary bravery. The invasion was scheduled for June 1944 and would take place along a 50-mile stretch of coastline in Normandy, France. The beaches were divided into 5 sectors: Utah, Omaha, Gold, Juneau, and Sword. Each sector had its own challenges, but Omaha Beach, assigned to American forces, was considered one of the most heavily defended and treacherous. The Germans, anticipating an Allied invasion, had fortified the French coastline with a series of defensive structures known as the Atlantic Wall. This formidable barrier included concrete bunkers, artillery emplacements, barbed wire, minefields, and anti-tank obstacles. Omaha Beach, with its high bluffs overlooking the shoreline, offered a natural defensive advantage to the German forces. The beach was defended by the 352nd Infantry Division, a well-trained and battle-hardened unit. The Allies knew that success at Omaha Beach would be crucial to the overall success of Operation Overlord. The beach provided a direct route inland to key roads and towns, making it essential for securing the Normandy region. Failure to take Omaha Beach could jeopardize the entire invasion and prolong the war. On the night of June 5, 1944, a massive Allied armada gathered off the coast of Normandy. Over 5,000 ships carrying troops, vehicles, and supplies prepared to launch the largest amphibious invasion in history. The force included American, British, Canadian, and other Allied troops, all united in their mission to liberate Europe from Nazi tyranny. As dawn broke on June 6, 1944, known as D-Day, the invasion began. The assault on Omaha Beach involved 2 American divisions, the 1st Infantry Division, known as the Big Red One, and the 29th Infantry Division. These soldiers, many of them young and inexperienced, faced a harrowing task. The first waves of troops landed at Omaha Beach under intense enemy fire. The Germans, positioned in fortified bunkers and machine gun nests, rained bullets and artillery shells on the landing craft and soldiers. Many of the landing craft were destroyed before they reached the shore, and those who made it to the beach faced a deadly gauntlet of obstacles and firepower. The terrain at Omaha Beach added to the challenges. The wide open beach provided little cover, and the high bluffs allowed German forces to fire down on the exposed American troops. The rising tide threatened to engulf the soldiers and their equipment, adding another layer of urgency to the battle. Despite these overwhelming odds, the American soldiers displayed extraordinary bravery and determination. Small groups of men began to push forward, finding gaps in the German defences and scaling the bluffs. Engineers worked tirelessly to clear obstacles and minefields, enabling reinforcements to reach the beach. By mid-morning, the tide of the battle began to turn. Reinforcements from subsequent waves brought additional manpower and firepower to the fight. Naval bombardments and airstrikes targeted German positions, weakening their defences. Slowly but steadily, the Americans gained ground, overcoming the formidable obstacles and breaking through the Atlantic Wall. By the end of the day, the American forces had secured a foothold at Omaha Beach, but the cost was staggering. Over 2,000 American soldiers were killed, wounded, or missing, making Omaha Beach the bloodiest of the 5 D-Day beaches. The sacrifices of these men were not in vain, as their efforts paved the way for the liberation of Normandy and, ultimately, the defeat of Nazi Germany. The success at Omaha Beach and the broader D-Day invasion marked a turning point in World War II. The Allies established a strong presence in Normandy, which allowed them to launch further offensives into France and beyond. Within weeks, Paris was liberated, and the momentum of the war shifted decisively in favour of the Allies. The Battle of Omaha Beach is remembered as a testament to the courage and resilience of those who fought and sacrificed for freedom. The stories of individual heroism and collective determination continue to inspire generations, reminding us of the cost of war and the enduring value of liberty. Today, the beaches of Normandy are peaceful, their sands washed clean by the tides of time. Memorials and cemeteries stand as solemn reminders of the events of June 6, 1944, honouring the men who gave their lives in the name of freedom. The legacy of Omaha Beach lives on, a symbol of unity, sacrifice, and the indomitable human spirit. As you reflect on this story, imagine the quiet shores of Normandy under a starlit sky, the waves gently lapping at the sands that once bore witness to such bravery. Let the memory of those who fought and fell remind you of the strength and resilience within us all. As the day of June 6, 1944, unfolded at Omaha Beach, the battle continued with relentless intensity. The early waves of American troops had endured devastating losses. Many soldiers never even made it off their landing craft, while others were cut down as they stepped onto the beach. The chaos and carnage of those first hours were overwhelming, with confusion reigning among the survivors as they sought to find cover and organize. The German defenders, positioned in fortified bunkers and pillboxes, maintained a near-constant stream of fire. Machine guns swept the open sands, mortars exploded among the soldiers, and artillery from the high bluffs pounded the beachhead. These fortifications had been meticulously planned, with interlocking fields of fire and overlapping lines of defence, making it nearly impossible for large groups of soldiers to advance without suffering heavy casualties. The Americans faced logistical challenges as well. Many of the tanks and heavy equipment intended to support the landing were lost at sea due to rough waters and enemy fire. The soldiers were left with little more than their rifles, grenades, and sheer determination to overcome the formidable obstacles ahead. The landing beach itself was littered with debris, destroyed landing craft, abandoned equipment, and the bodies of fallen comrades, creating a scene of utter devastation. Yet, amidst this chaos, small pockets of resistance began to form. Groups of soldiers, often led by junior officers or non-commissioned officers, rallied together and started pushing forward. These men displayed extraordinary courage, braving machine gun fire and mortar shells to advance toward the German positions. Engineers worked tirelessly to clear paths through the beach obstacles, blowing gaps in the barbed wire and clearing mines under heavy fire. One of the pivotal moments of the battle came when soldiers began scaling the bluffs that loomed over the beach. Using ropes, ladders, and sheer grit, they climbed the steep slopes to reach the German positions at the top. The fighting here was brutal and close quarters, with soldiers engaging the enemy in hand-to-hand combat. Slowly but surely, the Americans began to neutralize the German bunkers and gun emplacements, thus weakening the enemy's defensive hold on the beach. The turning point at Omaha Beach was also aided by naval support. Realizing the dire situation on the beach, American naval commanders ordered their ships to move closer to shore, despite the risk of running aground. From these positions, the ships unleashed a barrage of firepower, targeting the German fortifications with their heavy guns. These naval bombardments played a crucial role in suppressing the enemy defences, allowing the soldiers on the ground to advance. By the afternoon, the tide of the battle had shifted. Reinforcements from later waves brought fresh troops and supplies to the beach, bolstering the American effort. The German defenders, though still fighting fiercely, began to falter under the relentless pressure. The combination of infantry assaults, naval bombardments, and air support gradually broke the German lines. By nightfall, the Americans had established a tenuous foothold at Omaha Beach. The high bluffs, once a symbol of the German dominance, were now under American control. From this vantage point, the troops could push inland, linking up with forces from the other landing beaches and beginning the liberation of Normandy. The cost of victory at Omaha Beach was staggering. Over 2,000 American soldiers were killed, wounded, or missing, making it one of the bloodiest battles of D-Day. The courage and sacrifice of these men, however, paved the way for the success of the entire invasion. Their actions ensured that the Allies could establish a strong presence in Normandy, a crucial step toward defeating Nazi Germany. In the days that followed, the Americans worked to consolidate their position at Omaha Beach. Supply lines were established, reinforcements poured in, and the beachhead became a staging ground for further operations. The success of D-Day marked the beginning of the end for Nazi Germany, as Allied forces pushed inland and liberated towns and cities across France. The Battle of Omaha Beach remains one of the most iconic and studied engagements of World War II. It exemplifies the extraordinary bravery, determination, and resilience of the soldiers who fought there. Their sacrifices remind us of the cost of freedom and the enduring power of unity in the face of adversity. Today, Omaha Beach is a place of reflection and remembrance. The sands that once bore witness to such intense combat are now quiet, visited by people from around the world who come to pay their respects. The Normandy American Cemetery, overlooking the beach, stands as a solemn tribute to the thousands of soldiers who gave their lives on D-Day. As you think about the events of Omaha Beach, imagine the courage it took for those soldiers to face such overwhelming odds. Picture the determination of the men scaling the bluffs, the resolve of the engineers clearing obstacles, and the bravery of the naval crews providing support. Let their sacrifices fill you with a sense of gratitude and inspiration. The story of Omaha Beach is not just one of extraordinary bravery and resilience. It is also a tale of lessons learned and strategies developed that would influence the remainder of World War II. The success of D-Day, including the hard-fought victory at Omaha Beach, gave the Allies a critical foothold in Western Europe, but it also came with a significant cost, offering lessons in leadership, logistics, and the nature of modern warfare. In the days and weeks following June 6, 1944, the Allies worked tirelessly to solidify their positions in Normandy. Omaha Beach, alongside the other 4 landing beaches, became a vital supply hub for the Allied forces. Engineers constructed artificial harbours, known as mulberry harbours, to facilitate the unloading of troops, vehicles and supplies. These floating piers were a marvel of engineering and a testament to the ingenuity and determination of the Allied effort. With the beachhead secured, the Allies pushed inland, encountering fierce resistance from German forces. The bocage, the dense hedgerows that characterised the Normandy countryside, proved to be a significant obstacle, offering German defenders natural cover and making it difficult for Allied tanks and infantry to advance. Despite these challenges, the Allies pressed forward, liberating towns and villages one by one. Omaha Beach's role in the larger Normandy campaign cannot be overstated. It served as a crucial link between the various sectors of the invasion, allowing the Allies to coordinate their movements and reinforce their lines. The capture of Omaha Beach also enabled the Allies to connect with the airborne divisions that had landed further inland, creating a unified front that could push the Germans back. The success of the Normandy campaign eventually led to the liberation of Paris in August 1944. The victory at Omaha Beach and the other landing sites had set the stage for this momentous achievement, giving the Allies the momentum they needed to continue their advance across France and into Germany. By opening a western front, the Allies forced the Germans to fight on multiple fronts, stretching their resources and hastening the collapse of the Nazi regime. For the soldiers who fought at Omaha Beach, the experience left an indelible mark. Many of the survivors carried the memories of that harrowing day for the rest of their lives. Their stories, filled with moments of terror, heroism, and camaraderie, provide invaluable insights into the human cost of war. These first-hand accounts have been passed down through generations, ensuring that the sacrifices made on that stretch of sand are never forgotten. The legacy of Omaha Beach extends beyond the battlefield. It serves as a reminder of the importance of unity and collaboration in overcoming seemingly insurmountable challenges. The D-Day invasion was a joint effort involving not just American forces but also British, Canadian and other Allied troops. Their collective determination and shared purpose exemplify the power of working together for a common goal. In the years following World War II, Omaha Beach became a symbol of remembrance and reconciliation. Memorials and cemeteries were established to honour the fallen, and annual commemorations bring together veterans, their families, and people from around the world to reflect on the events of June 6, 1944. The beach itself, now peaceful and serene, offers a stark contrast to the chaos and violence of that day, serving as a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made for freedom. The Battle of Omaha Beach also holds important lessons for future generations. It underscores the importance of preparation, adaptability, and resolve in the face of adversity. The soldiers who fought there demonstrated extraordinary courage, refusing to give up despite overwhelming odds. Their example inspires us to persevere through challenges and to value the freedoms and opportunities that others have fought to secure. As you reflect on the story of Omaha Beach, imagine the waves gently lapping against the shore, the sands now quiet and still. Think of the soldiers who stepped onto that beach, knowing the dangers that awaited them, yet pressing forward with unwavering determination. Let their bravery and sacrifice remind you of the strength and resilience within us all. The legacy of Omaha Beach continues to resonate far beyond the shores of Normandy. It stands as a testament to the bravery and sacrifice of those who fought, and as a reminder of the profound impact of collective action in the pursuit of freedom. While the battle itself ended on June 6, 1944, its implications echoed throughout the remainder of the war and the decades that followed. In the immediate aftermath of the D-Day invasion, the Allies faced the monumental task of consolidating their gains and pushing further into German-occupied territory. The soldiers at Omaha Beach were soon joined by reinforcements, swelling the ranks and ensuring that the beachhead could serve as a staging ground for subsequent offensives. Supplies poured in through makeshift ports and logistical hubs, enabling the Allied forces to maintain their momentum. The capture of Omaha Beach, alongside the other landing sites, directly contributed to the liberation of Normandy. The fighting that followed was grueling, with both sides suffering heavy losses as they contested every inch of ground. The hedgerows of the bocage proved to be as challenging as the bluffs of Omaha Beach, with their dense vegetation providing ample cover for German defenders. Despite this, the Allies persevered, employing innovative tactics and overwhelming firepower to overcome the obstacles. One of the critical outcomes of the battle was the establishment of a Western Front. This forced Germany to split its resources, fighting the Allies in the west while continuing to battle the Soviet Union in the east. The strain of this two-front war proved too much for the Nazi regime, hastening its eventual collapse. The victory at Omaha Beach also had a profound psychological impact. For the Allied forces, it was a demonstration of their ability to achieve what many had thought impossible. The success of the invasion bolstered morale and provided a sense of hope for a future free from tyranny. For the German forces, it marked the beginning of the end, as the once impregnable Atlantic Wall had been breached, and the tide of the war was turning decisively against them. As the Allies advanced across France, the significance of Omaha Beach became even more apparent. It was not just a battle, but a gateway, an entry point for liberation. Towns and cities that had suffered under German occupation were freed, and the French people began to rebuild their lives. By August 1944, Paris was liberated, a moment that symbolized the triumph of the Allied cause and the resilience of the human spirit. In the broader context of World War II, Omaha Beach serves as a reminder of the high stakes and immense sacrifices involved in the fight against fascism. The lessons learned there informed Allied strategy in subsequent campaigns, from the push into Germany to the eventual victory in Europe in May 1945. The story of Omaha Beach has also left an indelible mark on culture and memory. Films, books and documentaries have brought the events of D-Day to life for new generations, ensuring that the bravery and sacrifices of those who fought are never forgotten. Veterans who survived the battle have shared their stories, offering invaluable insights into the human experience of war. For those who visit Normandy today, Omaha Beach is a place of reflection and reverence. The rows of white crosses at the Normandy American Cemetery stand as a poignant reminder of the lives lost. The monuments and museums tell the story of the battle, preserving its legacy for future generations. Walking along the beach, one can still see remnants of the landing, from scattered artifacts to the rusted remains of bunkers and defences. The impact of Omaha Beach extends beyond the battlefield. It reminds us of the power of unity, the importance of standing up against injustice, and the strength that comes from working together toward a common goal. It also serves as a cautionary tale, urging us to remember the cost of war and the value of peace. As we close this chapter of history, take a moment to reflect on the bravery of those who fought at Omaha Beach. Imagine the waves gently washing over the sands, erasing the scars of battle, but never the memory of what took place there. Let their sacrifices inspire you to cherish the freedoms we enjoy today, and to strive for a future where such sacrifices are no longer necessary. Thank you for spending this time with us on History and Sleep. May the story of Omaha Beach bring you peace, perspective, and a deep sense of gratitude. Sleep well, and let your dreams carry you to a place of quiet strength and hope. Sweet dreams.